Welcome to TAO, where we dive into the latest in tech, AI, and business news. I'm Sarah, your guide through today's stories.
And I'm Mike, here to ask all the questions you might be thinking. What's first on our list today, Sarah?
First up, Google I/O 2025 is set to be a big one, focusing heavily on AI. They're going to showcase updates to their Gemini models, like the new Gemini Ultra. Plus, there are new subscription tiers and exciting projects like Astra and Mariner.
That sounds like a lot. What about Android? I heard there's something happening there too.
Absolutely. Before the main event, there's an Android show planned to give us a sneak peek at Android 16. Expect to see the new Material 3 design and some cool updates to notifications and AuraCast.
And beyond Android, I assume there are broader updates.
Yes, updates are expected across Chrome, Cloud, Play, development tools, and more. It's shaping up to be quite an event.
Interesting developments. What's next?
Moving on to the Allen Career Institute's AI companion, Ally. This AI bot scored an impressive 678 out of 720 on the NEET 2025 exam, outperforming its competitors.
Wow, that's impressive. How does it manage to do that?
Ally uses dynamic routing among large language models and has a vision-enabled engine for tackling diagram-based problems. It's quite sophisticated.
Impressive stuff. Now, what's happening at Wipro?
Wipro has appointed Sandeep Dhar as the global head of their Global Capability Center practice. He has a rich 30-year experience in the GCC ecosystem, having worked with companies like Tesco and Goldman Sachs.
Sounds like a significant appointment. What's his main focus going to be?
He'll be driving Wipro's AI-powered consulting-led GCC offerings, reporting directly to COO Sanjeev Jain.
Got it. And what about Sonata Software?
Sonata Software's CEO, Samir Dhar, is projecting that generative AI will account for 20% of the company's revenue within 3 years. They have a $34 million AI pipeline, and 97% of their workforce is trained in GenAI.
That's a bold target. How did they perform financially last quarter?
Their Q4 revenue rose by 19.4% year over year to 2,670.2 crore, although their net profit fell slightly due to client delays and market volatility.
Interesting. Now, what's happening with the IT firms regarding India-Pakistan tensions?
Several leading Indian IT and consulting firms, like Deloitte and Infosys, have advised their staff in the northern region to work from home and avoid non-essential travel due to rising tensions.
Are there any specific measures these companies are taking?
Yes, they've set up command centers, issued travel advisories, and implemented flexible work location policies to ensure employee safety.
Safety first, indeed. What's next on our list?
CoreWeave is on a roadshow with JP Morgan to raise $1.5 billion in debt. This follows their scaled-back IPO earlier this year.
Why are they raising this debt?
The funds are intended to support their AI-focused data center build-out. They currently have $12.9 billion in debt, with a significant portion due by 2026.
Sounds like a big undertaking. Now, what's happening with SoundCloud?
SoundCloud recently updated its terms of use, leading to some confusion about whether user audio was being used to train AI. They clarified that artist uploads are not used for generative AI training.
So what is the update about then?
The update formalizes SoundCloud's internal AI uses, like recommendations and fraud detection, while reaffirming their support for artists.
Good to know. What about Benchmark's investment in Manus AI?
The U.S. Treasury is reviewing Benchmark's $75 million investment in Manus AI for compliance with 2023 investment restrictions, given the company's ties to China.
Is Manus AI a Chinese company?
Benchmark argues that Manus AI is actually a Cayman Incorporated entity and not a model developer, but the investigation is ongoing.
Interesting. And what's the update on Scale AI?
The U.S. Department of Labor has closed its investigation into Scale AI's compliance with the Fair Labor Standards Act. Scale AI, valued at around $14 billion, is backed by big names like NVIDIA, Amazon, and Meta.
That's a relief for them, I'm sure.
Definitely. Now, over 250 tech leaders, including CEOs from Microsoft and IBM, have signed an open letter urging the inclusion of computer science and AI as core subjects in U.S. schools.
What's the reasoning behind this?
They believe it will help close skill gaps, boost wages, and unlock significant economic value, especially as the U.S. is seen as trailing behind countries like China and Singapore in these areas.
Makes sense. Lastly, tell me about the Chip Security Act.
A U.S. senator has introduced the Chip Security Act, which would require location verification for export-controlled AI chips to prevent unauthorized diversions, particularly to China.
That's part of the broader efforts to curb chip smuggling, right?
Exactly. It's a crucial step in maintaining control over sensitive technology.
Well, that's all for today's lineup. Thanks for breaking it down, Sarah.
My pleasure, Mike. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to TAO. Stay curious and informed, and we'll catch you next time.